15 things you're not taught in school that determine your success. School teaches you many of the fundamental things you'll need a basic grip on in order to be a genuine success during your life, including math, English, science, discipline, and socializing, to name a few. But not everything that's worth knowing is chalked up on blackboards. Here are 15 things you're not taught in school that determine your success. Remember to like and subscribe to my channel. 1. Spotting a scam. As a rule, schools don't tend to teach children about how to spot the signs of a swindler, and getting fleeced at least once is currently the only way to learn about the incredible amount of scams that plague the world. Knowing a dodgy deal when you see one is something that comes in handy in today's world, especially in a day and age in which so many are able to hide behind the shifting face of the internet. Teaching students to spot a scam can allow them to go a long way in life. 2. Negotiation. In most classrooms, there's very little room for negotiation. Unless the teacher is having a particularly good day and decides to meet children halfway in terms of what the deadlines for that particular lesson might be, any attempt by a student to get a better deal for themselves is met by the teacher's furrowed brow and an extended finger pointing towards the door. It's a shame, really, since when you enter the big, bad world of adulthood, being able to negotiate is vital in order to help get you out of some seriously sticky situations. Negotiation strategies come particularly in handy in the world of business, and teaching children how to master this skill from a young age can end up having all kinds of benefits in later life. 3. Self-defense. It's never nice to think about, but that doesn't stop the fact that there are depressingly high numbers of dangerous people out there in the world who one day might target you personally for a number of reasons. To stay safe, it's important to learn the very basics of self-defense, both in terms of being able to protect yourself through the art of speech as well as physically, if it ever comes down to it. Self-defense is an integral part of life, and knowing how to shelter yourself from the evils of the world can boost your confidence, keep you happy, and allow you to live a highly successful life. 4. Mental health. Occasionally, schools will host workshops and activity days where various society health representatives will totter from classroom to classroom, but for the most part, the aspect of mental health is left entirely up to the school's counselor, if they have one. For the most part, today's youth are largely kept in the dark about the specifics of mental health, with issues like depression being very poorly understood. Raging teenage hormones are not the same as somebody who's dealing with depression, and high-quality mental health education is needed in every school in order to help everyone learn about the more troubling conditions of the mind. 5. Socializing and networking. Managing your internet profile is about so much more than having a high number of likes on Facebook these days. It can be the difference between being offered a terrific job opportunity and facing an endless string of rejections. Keeping your appearance online professional and in check will make potential employers recognize your maturity as a person, and schools really ought to widely teach the art and discipline behind crafting your very own unique internet identity. Remember to subscribe to my channel. 6. Emergencies and first aid. Basic first aid ought to be taught at regular intervals in every school at every age. Science is consistently finding new ways to medically treat people, and some of the old breathing assistance techniques that you saw on television back when you were a kid are now considered archaic and even dangerous. Frequent, up-to-the-minute emergency reaction and first aid teaching in schools can go a long way to helping someone out if a serious situation occurs in the future. 7. Household repairs. As you get older, you'll come to realize the absolute necessity of being able to perform basic household repairs. There are few worse feelings on earth than an appliance breaking down in your home and you standing ashen-faced with no idea how to fix it. A few basic tutorials in ordinary household maintenance could prove to be enormously expedient when it comes to moving into a first home. 8. Self-assessment. Taking a long, hard look at yourself and acknowledging what you're truly good at, as well as what you are not so good at, is probably one of the most challenging aspects of life. Few people can truly do it. It takes practice, and being able to come to terms with what you need to improve on can make you a much better person in all aspects of your life. 9. Balance. School rightly encourages you to work hard at improving your academic performance, but what it doesn't truly teach is the ability to balance your life so that you achieve high levels of gratification in every aspect, from having quiet family time, to working hard, to partaking in joyful evenings with your friends. Achieving a great sense of balance is paramount in order to live a happy, healthy life. Managing your time well will allow you to make sure the things that ought to come first do indeed come first, and not at the expense of anything else. 10. Cooking. There's a reason why so many university students find themselves living on budget noodles for the entirety of their degree years. Money, of course, is a factor, but it's also due to the fact that very few young adults have any real experience cooking by the time they move into college dorms. Serving up a mouth-watering meal isn't just an art that can pave the way for success for an aspiring chef, either. Cooking is a skill that can impress friends, bosses, dates, and perhaps most importantly, keep you in good health. Cooking classes in schools do exist, of course, but putting a little emphasis on some tasty, healthy recipes could really help turn young children into terrific little cooks by the time they fly out of the nest. 11. Coping with harsh realities. Simply put, life isn't fair. If you expect it to be, you're going to be disappointed. Sometimes things will go your way, and on other occasions they won't. It's enough to make you want to claw your hair out, but by learning to cope with harsh realities, you'll be able to live happily without succumbing to the pangs of stress that life can so cruelly impose upon you. 12. Money isn't everything. It's terrific to have a well-paying job, a big house, and a glossy car in your driveway. We know this because this is what school facilities drum into our heads from day one. It's a simple equation: working hard at school equals better grades equals better prospects equals more money. But money isn't happiness. On the contrary, cash can actually be toxic if handled in the wrong way and has the ability to bring out the worst in people who are unable to separate it from joy. Wealth and happiness are two very different things, and schools ought to make a conscious effort to infuse this in pupils' heads before they depart from lower education. 13. Learning from failure. Some teachers are absolutely exceptional at handling children who struggle to deal with even the simplest tasks. But learning from failure isn't really what school is about. No, school is about doing enough so you don't fail in the first place. A fine lesson in itself, but the fact is that at some point in their lives, everybody will fail. But no failure is a catastrophe if you learn from it. Understanding what went wrong and why something didn't turn out as planned can help you to curb your lifestyle so that it never happens again. It can and will turn you into a stronger, more successful person. 14. Forgiveness. It can be tricky to say that you forgive somebody who has let you down. It's even more difficult to actually mean it. Learning how to let the silly things go and move on with your life may be something that's discussed in specific counseling sessions with people who have gotten themselves into extremely problematic situations, but otherwise, the act of forgiveness isn't something that's currently taught in schools across the world. It's a process that requires patience and understanding. It puts you into someone else's shoes, helps you to understand other people, and makes you a more successful person in life. 15. Expect the unexpected. Perhaps it's a little tough to teach this, but it's a rule that everyone ought to live by in order to be a successful person. The world is an utterly unpredictable place. It's a scary thought, but at the same time it's also kind of wonderful, if you're prepared for it. Putting yourself in the mindset that absolutely anything might be lying around the corner in wait can actively improve your personality and help you to deal with life when times get a little tough. If you enjoyed our video, please like, share and subscribe and hit the bell notification to the first to receive out next educative videos, and please consider watching our next video on your screen or visit our playlist for more educational, self-development and relationship tips videos, and don't forget to share our videos as well. Thank you.